Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Happy Juneteenth. It is not a new holiday, but in terms of national recognition, it is a relatively new holiday. I admit I really didn't know much about this until, a couple of years ago, really. But my town, I feel like, is pretty progressive, and last year they decided to start actually doing a big thing for Juneteenth. So I just looked this up before I started recording. We actually have a whole Juneteenth parade on that day. There are other things going on related to this. There's other, not just the parade. There's other things. But yeah, the parade, it looks like it's going through like a really good portion of our town down some main streets. So it is not a small thing by any stretch of the imagination. So, hey, see if you can get your town to do some Juneteenth celebration. If you don't know what it is, go learn about it. But yeah, this is it really should be a national holiday. This year it's on Saturday. So, that's a good day for a parade. But it's gonna fall on weekdays, work days. So I think this needs to be a federal national holiday, like July 4th, very similar to July 4th. All right, let's talk about the words. Let's see, this first one, it's not as simple as choir master or something like that. It is cholangiography. Cholangiography. It is spelled cholangiography. It's a noun from 1936. Radiographic visualization of the bile ducts after injection of a radiopaque substance. And cholangiographic is an adjective. Cholangiogram. It is a noun. Wouldn't it be great if somebody came up to your front door and said, cholangiogram? All right, next we have collate. This was the example in the prefix at the end of the last episode. Collate, CHOLATE, noun from circa 1846, a salt or ester of the cholic acid. And yeah, we're going to have some fun words. Here we go. Let's get into them. Next is cholecalciferol. Cholecalciferol or ciferol. I am not going to spell all of these. Noun from 1955. A sterol, C27H43OH, that is a natural form of vitamin D found especially in fish, egg yolks, and fish liver oils, and is formed in the skin on exposure to sunlight or ultraviolet rays, called also vitamin D3. Next we have cholecystectomy. Tectomy, is that like removing something? Cholecystectomy, noun from 1885. Surgical excision of the gallbladder. Why did I say gallbladder? If you are getting rid of your gallbladder, you are having a cholecystectomy. The cholecystectomized is an adjective. I have been cholecystectomized. I have not. This is from the New Latin cholecystis, which is gallbladder, which is from chol, plus the Greek kystis, which is bladder. And we learned that chol basically means bile or gall. Where were we? Gallbladder, bladder, and then there's more at the word cyst. Next we have, hey, do you think this is related? Cholecystitis. It's probably a problem with the gallbladder. It's a noun from 1866, inflammation of the gallbladder. Then, after you got that, you gotta have a cholecystectomy. Next is cholecystokinin. Cholecystokinin, noun from circa 1929, a hormone secreted especially by the duodenal mucosa that regulates the emptying of the gallbladder. Why do I want to say gallbladder? See, now I try to say it wrong, and I can't say it wrong. Oh boy. That regulates the emptying of the gallbladder and secretion of enzymes by the pancreas, and that has been found in the brain. Why is it in the brain? Called also, cholecystokinin pancreozymin, or also, and then there's a comma, yeah, pancreozymin. Okay. The etymology isn't helpful. So yeah, it's the hormone that helps with the gallbladder and the pancreas doing stuff, or as I like to say, supposedly the gallbladder. All right, next we have colithic. There's a two L syllables. Cholelithiasis. Cholelithiasis. Say that with me. Cholelithiasis. Noun from circa 1860. Production of gallstones. Also, the resulting abnormal condition. Hope I never have that. Next is, you could say choler or collar. Choler. Noun from the 14th century. This is not the collar that you wear. This is, we'll say, choler. That makes more sense. 1A is archaic. The synonym is yellow bile. 1B is obsolete. We have the number 1A definition for the word bile. 2 is also obsolete. The quality or state of being bilious. There's only one L. I don't think you say bilious. You can't say that. It's bilious. 3, ready disposition to irritation. And then the synonym is irascibility. And then also the synonym anger. This is related to cholera, from the Greek cholera. Yeah, that's our next word, cholera. Noun from 1601. Any of several diseases of humans and domestic animals, usually marked by severe gastrointestinal symptoms, especially an acute diarrheal disease caused by an enterotoxin produced by a comma-shaped gram-negative bacillus when it is present in large numbers in the proximal part of the human small intestine. The scientific name of that comma-shaped gram-negative bacillus is Vibrio cholerae, and then also Vibrio comma. The comma is right there in the name. Yeah, that sounds like some bad stuff. Severe gastrointestinal symptoms. Don't want that. Next we have cholera morbus. Morbus is its own word. Let's see. This is a noun from 1673. Gastrointestinal illness characterized by cramps, diarrhea, and sometimes vomiting. And this is not used technically. I got the cholera morbus. This is New Latin. It literally means the disease cholera. The disease cholera. That doesn't really make sense. But cholera morbus is an interesting phrase. Okay, next we have choleric or choleric. Adjective from 1566. 1. Easily moved to often unreasonable or excessive anger. Also hot-tempered. Ooh, being so choleric. Number 2. Synonyms are angry and irate. Cholerically is an adverb. Now, why exactly is this related to being angry, hot-tempered, irate? There was that other one in choler. The synonym was anger, ready disposition to irritation. But what the etymology is of that exactly, I'm not sure. All right, moving on to cholestasis. Cholestasis, noun from circa 1935. A checking or failure of bile flow. Oh, I hate it when my bile flows incorrectly and I gotta go check it. Cholestasis. I guess checking that would be stopping. The stopping or failure of bile flow. You gotta get that bile flowing. You gotta get that bile flowing. Make sure that bile flows all over the place. Don't check it. Don't make it fail. Don't stop that bile from flowing. Don't have cholestasis. Cholestatic is an adjective. Next is cholesteric. The last portion is steric. This is, let's see, you could say cholesteric, you could say cholesteric, if you want to say that. Adjective from 1942, of, relating to, or being the phase of a liquid crystal characterized by arrangement of molecules in layers with the long molecular axes parallel to one another in the plane of each other and incrementally displaced in successive layers to give helical stacking. Helical, don't know what that is. And then compare to the words pneumatic and smectic. So this word is cholesteric, and we're comparing it to pneumatic and smectic. Yeah, smectic? S-M-E-C-T-I-C. No idea what those are. So let's see, what does the etymology say? Cholesteric, it's relating to cholesterol, from the French cholestérique. And cholesterol is our next and last word. Cholestérol. Cholesterol. Noun from 1894. A steroid alcohol, C27H45OH, that is present in animal cells and body fluids, regulates membrane fluidity, and functions as a precursor molecule in various metabolic pathways, and as a constituent of LDL may cause atherosclerosis. Compared to the phrases or the words bad cholesterol and good cholesterol. Let's see, this is from the prefix chol, which we learned means bile or gall, plus the Greek word stereos, which means solid. So it's like solid bile. That is the word. Those are the words. So, oh man, I have to read these complicated words. All right. Cholangiography, collate, cholecalciferol, cholecystectomy, cholecystitis, cholecystokinin, cholelithiasis. That's a fun word. Cholera, cholera morbus, choleric, cholestasis, cholesteric, and cholesterol. Let's see. Obviously, these were almost all related to gall and bile. You know, I really think I should have put the prefix chol at the beginning of this episode, so I could have kept them all together, and then I probably would have picked that as the word of the episode. But I'm not allowed to do that. There was something, inflammation. I mean, how would I pick? How can I pick? How? Let's see. I shall pick choleric as the word of the episode. It is easily moved to often unreasonable or excessive anger, hot-tempered, not technically related to all the other ones which are about the gallbladder. Choleric, don't get angry, don't get choleric. All right, let's read the holidays. That is this time. It is National Martini Day. It is in Peru, Peruvian Pork Rind Day. In Chile, it is Father's Day. In Uruguay, it is Artigas birth date anniversary. I had the burps. Birth date anniversary, isn't that just... Why do you don't need the word anniversary in there? It is... in Hungary, it is Day of the Independent Hungary. Isn't it just Independence Day? In Palawan, it is Feast of Forest. That sounds interesting. In Trinidad and Tobago, it is Labor Day. In Laguna, it is Laguna Day. In Uruguay, it is Never Again Day. What is Never Again Day? Oh, that link didn't help. Never Again. Internationally, it is World Sickle Cell Day. I think they're doing some, what is that? Gene editing. Well, why can't I think of the name of the thing? Anyway, I think they're doing some good research in gene editing to get rid of sickle cell. I think I have heard that. June 19th, it is also National Garfield the Cat Day. So go read some Garfield comics and watch the cartoon show and see the movies. International Box Day. If you got a box, give it to your cat, but only if you have a cat. Oh man, my cats, they love boxes so much. All cats love boxes, even the big cats. And then, of course, finally, as I said at the beginning, it is Juneteenth. Maybe I should read what this says, so if you don't know what it is, you can learn. The freedom of African Americans from slavery in the U.S. in 1865 is celebrated on the day Juneteenth on June 19th. Juneteenth is made up of the words June and 19th, And it is on this day that Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Texas more than 155 years ago. It's a long time ago. To inform slaves that slavery had been abolished. There was this specific town. Let's see, according to the official website, is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the U.S. I think it was he went to a specific town, and that was the very last town, because they didn't have the internet back then. Somebody had to literally go to the places to say, hey, the slaves are free. And it took some time. And on this day, in whatever town that was in Texas, that was the very last group of slaves that were free. And so we celebrate. Galveston, the city of Galveston. He publicly read General Order Number 3, which stated, the people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. Finally. And what year was this? 1865? I think it said on this day in 1865. 1865. I hope I'm around for the 200th anniversary of that. All right, we're going to end this episode there. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hey, word nerds, what's up? How you doing? What's going on with you? If you want to contact me, you can send me an email, dictionarypod@gmail.com. You can follow me on social media, send me messages, tweet me, Instagram me, DM me. It is at dictionarypod. You can also send me a Google Voice. You can send me a Google Voice? You can call my Google Voice number and leave me a message, and I shall listen to it. And that's all in the show notes. Let us talk about the words. By the way, happy Father's Day. We'll talk about that later. The first word is cholesterol. I said it fine before. Cholestyramine. Oh, you know what? I prefer to say cholestyramine. 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 Noun from circa 1962. A strongly basic synthetic resin that forms insoluble complexes with bile acids and has been used to lower cholesterol levels in hypercholesterolemic. That's a long word. The hyper blah 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 patients. Hypercholesterolemic patients. And anything in the nope, that's good. Next we have cholic acid. 2 words. Noun from 1846. A crystalline bile acid. C24H40O5. That's it. Next is choline. Choline. Noun from circa 1871. A basic compound, C5H15NO2, that is found in various foods as egg yolks and legumes, or in synthesized in the liver, and that is a component of lecithin, is a precursor of acetylcholine, and is essential to liver function. Thank you, choline. Next we have cholinergic. Cholinergic, adjective from 1934. 1. Liberating, activated by or involving acetylcholine, as in cholinergic nerve fiber, also as in cholinergic functions. 2. Resembling acetylcholine, especially in physiologic action, as in a cholinergic drug. Cholinergically is an adverb. Next is cholinesterase. Cholinesterase, noun from 1932. 1. The synonym is, can I say this? Acetylcholinesterase. 2. An enzyme that hydrolyzes choline esters and that is found especially in blood plasma. Also called, or this says called also, pseudocholinesterase. It's pseudo. Next is cholla. 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 Noun from 1846. Any of numerous shrubby what is this word? Opuntias. Opuntias? Any of numerous shrubby opuntias chiefly of the southwestern U.S. and Mexico, that have needle-like spines partly enclosed in a papery sheath and cylindrical joints, called also coya cactus. This is Mexican Spanish from Spanish, which means head. And there is a picture of a coya, and it looks like a very bulbous, spiky, cactusy thing. I shall post a picture on the social media. I am curious about this word opuntias. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. It is spelled Opuntias. Moving on to cholo, cholo, noun from 1851. Number 1 is often disparaging, so don't use it. It is a man or boy of Mexican descent. People like to call themselves cholo. I think chola is one as well. But that's not in the book. But yeah, don't call somebody this unless you know that you're allowed to. 2, a Mexican-American youth who belongs to a street gang. Again, they can call themselves that. This is American Spanish from, Europeanized Indian. That is what it means. Also means mestizo. 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 Not sure what that means. Next we have chomp, or champ. I think you could say champ or chomp. We're just going to say chomp. It's spelled like chomp. Verb from 1581. Starting with intransitive. Number 1, to chew or bite on something. 2, we have the number 2 definition for the word champ, and that is usually used in the phrase champing at the bit or chomping at the bit. I think either one is fine. We just watched Mythic Quest, and there is a character who corrected somebody for saying the wrong one. I don't remember which they said, but he corrected them. But technically, I think he was wrong, because I think both are fine, right? And then transitive, to chew or bite on. And then chomp is a noun. Next we have, I think it would just be chon, chon, noun from no year. It just says see won, won. I think you would pronounce it won instead of won. Like I won the game. No, this is won. Go see that word in the money table. This is from the Korean chon, so that must be their money, or was their money. I don't know if it still is. Next we have chondriosome. 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 Noun from 1910. We just have the synonym mitochondrion. Yeah, that is good. Next we have chondrite. Noun from 1883. A meteoric stone characterized by the presence of chondrules. Chondritic is an adjective. Next we have chondrocranium. Chondrocranium, yeah, noun from 1875. The cartilaginous parts of an embryonic cranium, also the part of the adult skull derived therefrom. Therefrom. The cartilaginous parts of an embryonic cranium. Okay, I'm still trying to sort of figure that out, but I know when you're an embryo and you're a baby, your skull is still very cartilaginous. It's not fully bony. And then yeah. So this is from the Greek chondros, which means grain or cartilage. So it is the cranium when it is still in cartilaginous form. Next we have chondrocyte. This is a noun from 1903. A cartilage cell. Cartilage? Cartilage. A cartilage cell is a chondrocyte. It's from the Greek chondros, which means cartilage. Next is, you could say this a couple ways, chondroitin or chondroitin. Chondroitin or chondroitin. chondroitin. Noun from 1895. Any of several glycosaminoglycans. Glycosaminoglycans? Any of several glycosaminoglycans occurring in sulfated form in various animal tissues, as cartilage. Let's see. This is from chondroitic, which means acid, which is an acid found in cartilage plus in. And let's see. Next is chondrule. Chondrule. It is the drool that comes out of your mouth when you are eating cartilage? No. Chondrule. Drool is D-R-U-L-E. Noun from circa 1889. A rounded granule of cosmic origin, often found embedded in meteoric stones and sometimes free in marine sediments. It's cosmic, man. It is from the Greek chondros, which means grain. And our last word is chook, C-H-O-O-K. Noun from 1880. It is Australian and New Zealand, and it is the number one definition for the word chicken, so I assume they just call chickens chook in Australia and New Zealand. Maybe not all the time. Okay, our words were cholestyramine, cholic acid, choline, cholinergic, cholinesterase, choya, cholo, chomp, chon, chondriosome, no, that was chondriosome, chondrite, chondrocranium, chondrocyte, chondroitin, chondrule, and chook. I think I shall pick chondrocranium as the word of the episode because it is a fun word. And it says the part of the adult skull derived therefrom. The part of the adult skull that was derived from the cartilage skull. So would that be like the whole top of the head would be your chondrocranium? Or would it be like the cartilage that's left in between the little sections that, I don't know, the wavy little lines in your skull? I don't know what I'm talking about. Chondrocranium. Chondrocranium. When you're a baby and your skull isn't formed, you have a chondrocranium. Your cranium is made of cartilage. Do you enjoy these songs? Please let me know, yay or nay. And then I will probably just still keep on doing it. So today is Father's Day here in America. Go celebrate your fathers. If you don't really like your dad, if you're estranged, you can either choose to stop the estrangement and move forward, or you can keep it going, and that's fine too. Either way, you'll do what's right. It is World Refugee Day. It is the beginning of summer. It's the summer solstice. It is the day, it's the longest day of the year, the most sunlight, and the least night light. That doesn't make sense. In Romania and Ukraine, it is Orthodox Pentecost. In Sweden, also summer begins. Oh, you should go watch Midsommar. Is that Midsommar? That would be the middle of summer. But would it be this day? I don't know. In Peru, winter starts. Winter in Peru? Yeah, I think they're in the southern hemisphere. I think. I should know my geography. I think they're down there. It is National Flag Day in Argentina. Portugal, summertime starts. Summertime. Maybe that's a like we have daylight savings times. I think I heard in the UK they have summertime, so the time changes. Okay, what else? In Argentina, Day of the National Flag. In Azerbaijan, it is Gas Sector Day. In Eritrea, it is Martyrs Day. In West Virginia, it is West Virginia Day. And World Refugee Day, that's a big one. Some fun holidays, additional holidays. It is National American Eagle Day, so go celebrate the American bald eagle. It is National Vanilla Milkshake Day. Maybe I should go get a milkshake from the Chicago Diner. They have the best milkshakes. They're vegan. It is also Ugliest Dog Day. I wonder if they're going to have the ugliest dog competition on this day. But yeah, there are some ugly dogs out there, and they are cute. All right, I think we're going to end it there. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information to all you people who are listening to me. Not the people who are not listening. Goodbye. Hey, well, hello, word nerds. That was a bad start. I accidentally hit the button. I didn't mean to, and then it took me a second to realize, oh, crap. I started recording. I need to talk. I need to say something. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. This is my podcast where I read all the stuff in this book so you can learn it. We are at the end of page 218, the last section. I have recorded 4 episodes in a row, so that's why the air conditioner has been running through all those episodes. And to be perfectly honest, you're probably going to hear that for the next few months because it's summer where I am, and it's very warm, and it's only going to get warmer. And I got in the car yesterday, and it said 100. No, I don't think it was 100 degrees outside, but the car was like, hey, it's 100. It was very, very warm in the car. So, yeah. Anyway, air conditioner, it's required stuff. Yeah, you can please rate and review. I say that sometimes, and I would like it if you did that. Let's talk about the words. The first word is choose. I don't think we have any crazy scientific words in this episode, so that's going to make my brain happy. Choose. First word. CHOOSE. Verb from before the 12th century. 1A. To select freely and after consideration, as in choose a career. 1B. To decide on especially by vote. Synonym is elect. 2A. To have a preference for. 2B. Synonym is decide, as in chose to go by train. That would be the past tense of choose. Those were transitive, if I forgot to say that. Now we have intransitive. 1. To make a selection, as in finding it hard to choose. I often find it hard to choose things. Number 2. To take an alternative, and that is used after the word cannot and usually followed by the word but, as in, when earth is so kind, men cannot choose but be happy. Yeah, that's a quote. It is from J.A. Froude, F-R-O-U-D-E. That is complicated. When earth is so kind, men cannot choose but be happy. Chooser is a noun, the one who is doing the choosing. This is from Middle English, chosen, from Old English, kiosan, probably chosen, akin to the Old High German kiosan, which means to choose, from the Latin verb gustare, which means to taste. Huh? Why? Just why? All right, next we have choose up, 2 words, verb from 1850, starting with transitive, to form, especially for a game by having opponents. No, that's not at all what it says. To form, especially for a game by having opposing captains choose their players. And then the example of what you are forming are sides. To form sides. And then the intransitive is to form sides for a game. Let's choose up. Choose the players who are going to be up against each other. And then there's always going to be those 2 people who are chosen last. And that would be me. Next is choosy, with or without an E near the end. This is an adjective from 1862. Fastidiously selective. A synonym is particular, as in choosy shoppers. They are very choosy. Okay, next we have chop. First form verb from the 14th century, starting with transitive. 1A. To cut into or sever, usually by repeated blows of a sharp instrument. You're going to take an axe and you're going to hit it against a tree and you are chopping that tree. Next is 1B, to cut into pieces. This is often used with the word up, as in chop up an onion, but wear some goggles so you don't cry. Chop into pieces. 1C, to weed and thin out. And the example is young cotton. You are weeding it, you are thinning it out. It's called chopping. 1B, to cut as if by chopping, as in chopping prices. Also as in, a bridge chops the lake in two. 2, to strike as a ball with a short, quick downward stroke. 3, to subject to the action of a chopper, as in chop a beam of light. What does that mean? Now we have intransitive. 1. To make a quick stroke or repeated strokes with or as if with a sharp instrument, as an axe. Number 2 is archaic. To move or act suddenly or violently. I am chopping. That's definitely archaic. Never heard that. This is from Middle English, choppin'. There's more at the word chop or chap with an A. Second form of chop, noun from the 14th century. 1A, a forceful, usually slanting blow with or as if with an axe or cleaver. 1B, a sharp downward blow or stroke. 2, a small cut of meat, often including part of a rib. And then it says to see the lamb illustration. Why? Ugh, God. Number 3, a mark made by or as if by chopping. 4, material that has been chopped up. 5A, a short, abrupt motion, as of a wave. Waves are chopping. 5B, a stretch of choppy sea. 6, we have the number 6 definition for the word chopper, which will be at the end of this episode. 7 is chiefly British. It's the number 3 definition for the word axe, as in, it is the very top men who have got the chop. What? That's from the Daily Mirror. Mirror. It is the very top men who have got the chop. That's the axe, who have, I guess they've been fired? That's what I would think it would mean, the axe. Yeah, okay. Third form of chop. This is just intransitive. It's a verb, intransitive verb from 1540. 1, to change direction. Ooh, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to chop that way. I'm going to chop that way. Number 2, to veer with or as if with wind. Chop logic is a phrase which means to argue with sophistical reasoning and minute distinctions. To argue with sophistical reasoning. That must be reasoning that is very sophisticated. And minute distinctions. Chop logic. Next is the fourth form of chop, noun from 1614, 1A, a seal or official stamp or its impression. 1B, a license validated by a seal. 2A, a mark on goods or coins to indicate nature or quality. 2B, a kind, brand, or lot of goods bearing the same chop. 2C, synonyms are quality and grade, as in, of the first chop. This is from Hindi and Urdu. Chop, I'm sure it's pronounced chop. It's spelled slightly differently. It doesn't actually, yes, I think it would be pronounced chop. And it means stamp. Obviously, it means stamp. Stamp. Next is chop chop. It is chop twice, spelled with an O, and there's a hyphen in between the words. Actually, yeah, you can pronounce it chop chop or chop chop. You can emphasize either chop however you feel you would like to pronounce chop chop. But you can't emphasize them equally. You must emphasize one or the other more than the other. Chop chop or chop chop. Adverb from 1834. Without delay. Synonym is quickly. Come on, chop chop, let's go. This is... What is this saying? It's a reduplication of the word chop, which means fast, I guess? I don't know. Moving on to chop fallen, one word. It is a variation of chop fallen spelled with an A instead of an O in the word chop. Next we have chop house, one word, noun from circa 1690. The synonym is just the word restaurant. So would this be the one that's like the piece of meat with the rib? And that's the sort of chop that we're talking about? Or what other, why would a restaurant be a chop house? What other chops would there be related to food? It's the only one I can think of. Next we have, you could say chapine or chapine, but you have to emphasize the peen. Chapine, chapine. Noun from 1577, a woman's shoe of the 16th and 17th centuries with a very high sole designed to increase stature and protect the feet from mud and dirt. We are going to have to find a picture of this old shoe, a chapine. I'm sure it's similar to high heels these days, but it says that there is a much bigger sole so they don't get dirty. Here we have chop logic again. We had that as a phrase. It was 2 words, but here it's 1 word. Chop logic. Noun from 1533. Involved and often specious argumentation or specious argumentation. What? I don't understand what that means. Chop logic is also an adjective. So the etymology says this is from the obsolete chop, which means to exchange or trade, from the Middle English choppen, which means to barter. So that is that. Next is chop mark, 2 words, noun from 1949. An indentation made on a coin to attest weight, silver content, or legality. Chop marked is an adjective. Next we have chopped liver, 2 words, noun from 1947. It is slang. One that is insignificant or not worth considering. What am I? Chopped liver? I think I actually, when I was a kid, oh man, I might have been like 6 years old. I was at a theater camp. I was like the youngest kid there because my mom worked there. It was a summer camp, and there was a stage production, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I was like the son of the king, and I had 1 line, and all I had to say was, what am I, chopped liver? I might have that wrong, but I think I was pretty close. So, yes, sometimes we feel like chopped liver. And our last word is the first form of chopper, chopper, noun from 1552. 1, one that chops. 2 is plural and slang, so I guess you'd say choppers. The synonym is teeth, so you can call your teeth choppers, but usually teeth are chomping with an M, so we call them chompers, but you could also say choppers. Number 3, a device that interrupts an electric current or a beam of radiation as light at short, irregular intervals. Number 4, the synonym is machine gun. Number 5, the synonym is helicopter. What if there's a machine gun on a helicopter? Would it be a chopper? A chopper? I don't know. Number 6, a high bouncing batted baseball. And 7, a customized motorcycle. A chopper. You could have a machine gun on a motorcycle in a helicopter and have a chopper. And there's probably something else that we can do, but we're not going to do that. And then it's made with teeth. Okay, so our words were choose, choose up, choosy, chop. 4 forms of that: chop, chop fallen, chop house, chapine, chop logic, chop mark, chopped liver, and chopper. Maybe I should have been paying more attention. What do I like? See, I am being very choosy right now. I am being particular and fastidiously selective. Does that mean I should choose choosy as the word of the episode? Maybe I should. There were some other good ones. I shall pick choosy as the word of the episode. I be so choosy when I have a choice to make. I don't know which I want, A or B. Man, I should have put a little bit more effort into this one because it's coming out very terribly. I am very choosy when I pick my stuff. All right, let us talk about the holidays. The holidays. It is International Day of the Celebration of the Solstice. It is Go Skateboarding Day. Maybe I should try skateboarding. I have been on a couple skateboards. Didn't go so great. I shall try again. It's National Selfie Day, so if you're not taking selfies, do take a selfie. It's International Yoga Day. I've been trying to do a bit of stretching / yoga almost every day because I need to stretch more. It is the beginning of summer. Now, this says it's the summer solstice, but I thought the summer solstice was yesterday. Depends on who you talk to, but it should only be one day. Maybe they're close enough that they have equal amounts of daylight, yesterday and today. In Canada, it is Discovery Day. In Many places, we'll save that for the end. In Canada, it is National Aboriginal Day. In Greece, it is Holy Spirit Day. There is a lot of holidays today because it is technically sort of the summer solstice. So I think people are like, hey, let's celebrate the longest day of the year. In Ukraine, it is Orthodox Pentecost holiday. In Romania, it is Orthodox Pentecost Monday. In Cyprus, it is, I assume it's Pentecost Monday, but they spelled it with an L, Peltecost Monday. That's incorrect. In Australia, it is Purple Bra Day, so go wear a purple bra. In Portugal, summer begins. In Belgium and Mexico, summer starts. In South Africa, it is the winter solstice. Haha, it's winter for you. In Bolivia, it is Aymara New Year. Mexico and Venezuela, the northern portions, it is the summer starts. Do we sense a pattern? Yes. In Chile, Indigenous New Year. In Argentina, the path to immortality of General Don Martin de Güemes. We had something similar to that a few days ago, didn't we? Yeah, the rest are very similar to other things. Do we have any other new holidays on this page? In Togo, Day of the Martyrs. Father's Day in Egypt, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, Uganda, Pakistan, and United Arab Emirates. Lots of solstice-related thing. International Surfing Day. Day of Private Reflection. National Day in Greenland. In Mapuche, which is southern Chile, it is Huaytripantu. That is a winter solstice festival. In Aymara, always said that it's Wilkakuti. Humanism, the humanist people are celebrating World Humanist Day. Internationally, it is World Hydrography Day, something related to water, I think. Fun holidays. So many fun holidays. We'll read them all. Canada's National Indigenous Peoples Day. Holy Spirit Monday, International Yoga Day, National Selfie Day, National Smoothie Day. Summer Solstice, National Take Your Cat to Work Day. Why would most people take their cat to work? Some cats are okay for traveling and stuff, but I don't know if my cats would be so into that. Also, a lot of people are allergic to cats, so be aware of that before you take your cat to work. And then finally, it is World Day of Music or World Music Day. You just listen to music. Listen to some music that you don't normally listen to. Listen to music from all over the world. Listen to world music. Learn about cultures and other places through music because it's pretty awesome. Yeah. All right. We're going to end it there. Thank you very much for listening. We have finished page 218. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Maybe we should turn this down a hair. Hello. What is going on with you? Great. So we are at the top of page 219, the first quarter of this page. Should I say that this is the podcast where I read all the words and the definitions in the English language dictionary, this gigantic book that's going to take me years to get through? Okay, there, I did it. So the first word is the second form of chopper. It is a verb from 1955, and the synonym is helicopter. Why exactly do they call a helicopter a chopper? And then, of course, I think I'm required to say, get in the chopper. All right, the next word is choppiness, noun from 1881, the quality or state of being choppy. Next is chopping block, 2 words, noun from 1600. 1, a wooden block on which material is cut, split, or diced. Those are the only 3 things that you can do. You can only cut things, split things, or dice things. No other options. By the way, the material options are a wooden block on which material as meat, wood, or vegetables. Again, those are the only 3 things that you can chop on a chopping block. No. Number 2, a situation in which someone or something is threatened with elimination, as in government programs on the chopping block. Please don't get rid of many government programs like well, there's a lot of things. Art, music, NASA, don't put them on the chopping block. They Might Be Giants have a song called The Chopping Block, or is it just Chopping Block? It was a fun little song, not on one of their albums, I don't think. So maybe I shall play a clip of it here.
The chopping block spends their days growing oranges and picking oranges, then working on graphic design. The chopping block's working all the time.
All right, next is choppy with a Y, first form adjective from 1605. 1. Bean roughened. Bean roughened. Synonym is chapped. 2. Rough with small waves. 3a. Interrupted by ups and downs, as in choppy terrain. Also as in a choppy career. Lots of ups and downs. 3b. The synonym is jerky, as in short, choppy strides. It's very jerky. It's good that way, and then go that way. This is choppy, then not choppy. I don't know what words just came out of my mouth. 3c, the synonym is disconnected, as in choppy writing. Choppily is an adverb. Okay, next we have the second form of choppy. Adjective from 1865. The synonyms are changeable and variable, as in a choppy wind. Although, wouldn't that be related also to, like, jerky or disconnected or something? I don't know, maybe not. I guess choppy winds are changeable and variable. All right, next is chops. CHOPS. Noun from 1589. Number 1, the synonym is jaw. Yeah, I think we saw that was like chop fallen, means that your jaw, your mouth is agape. 2a, the synonym is mouth. 2b, the fleshy covering of the jaws, as in a dog licking its chops. 3, the synonym is embouchure. There's a couple ways you can say this word probably. Embouchure, embouchure. Nope, I don't think people say that. It is spelled embouchure. Embouchure. And then broadly, the technical facility of a musical performer. The embouchure of like wind instrument players is like the way that they have to form their mouth and their lips to make, to go either around the mouthpiece or up to the mouthpiece, so they can make the proper sounds come out of their face and the horn. Number 4, expertise in a particular field or activity, as in acting chops. Oh, that actor, they have such good acting chops. All right, next is chop shop. 2 words, noun from 1977. A place where stolen automobiles are stripped of saleable parts. They take that part because it is saleable, that somebody wants to buy it, and then they sell it and they take the money. They chop the thing up, and it is a shop where they do the chopping. Next is chop sake. Chopped sake. It is 2 words with a hyphen. Sake is like the socks that are sitting on my floor right now, but with a Y. Chop sake. Noun from 1978. A genre of motion pictures featuring martial arts violence, as in a chop sake star. I don't think I have ever heard of this type of movie picture genre, a chop sake. Interesting. I wonder where that is from. Where did that come from? All right, next we have chopstick. 1 word, noun from 1699. One of a pair of slender sticks held between thumb and fingers, and used chiefly in Asian countries to lift food to the mouth. This is, it is a Chinese pidgin, so I think that's plus English, so it's combining Chinese and English. Chop means fast. That's the, Now, interesting. It looks like it's saying the English word is chop, which it is. That means fast in this case, and then also the English word stick. But it does say that it's Chinese, but it's pigeon. I don't understand exactly, but it means basically fast sticks. I think, does this mean that, like, did somebody who spoke English, were they the one who made up the name chopstick because they saw people of Asian descent eating with these things and that they were sticks and they were very fast with them and they called it chopstick? I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more to the story than that. I am okay with chopsticks. I'm passable. But there are, man, you see people who grew up with chopsticks. They are something else. And then of course there's the people who have never used them before, and it is just hilarious to watch them stumble with chopsticks. Give it a try. It's fine. It's not that hard. It takes you 2 seconds to get used to it, and then you're fine. Don't get a fork at a Asian food restaurant unless like you really need to. Try chopsticks. Just do them. Just do it. Just try it. All right. Next we have chop suey. 2 words. Suey is S-U-E-Y. This is a noun from 1888. A dish prepared chiefly from bean sprouts, bamboo shoots, water chestnuts, onions, mushrooms, and meat or fish, and served with rice and soy sauce. When I was a kid, I was at a camp. I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and the older kids, they said this thing. They were like, chop suey with soy sauce. I didn't know it was a real food. I literally didn't even know until I was a little bit older that this is a real food dish. I was a stupid kid. No, I wasn't stupid. I just didn't know. That's how you learn. This is a Chinese word from I think it's saying the Guangdong region. They are spelling the word Jaahp. So that would be kind of like the chop part. And then the second part is Seui, chop suey. They say it slightly differently, I'm sure. That means odds and ends. So that is from chop, which means miscellaneous, and suey, which means bits. So it's basically the odds and ends, the bits and pieces, the random things that were in the kitchen, and they threw it together to make chop suey. So I guess chop suey, I mean, it gives the ingredients, but it probably can just be made with whatever bits and bobs, miscellaneous odds and ends you got lying around. All right, next we have courageous. Courageous. C-H-O-R-A-G-U-S. Courageous. You could also spell it with an E in the middle instead of an A. This is, that would be courageous. Courageous. Noun from 1625. 1. The leader of a chorus or choir. And then broadly, the leader of any group or movement. Number 2. A leader of a dramatic chorus in ancient Greece. And choragic, that is an adjective. This is from the Greek choregos or choregos, from choros, which means chorus, plus agein or agein, which means to lead. So they are literally leading the chorus. And there's more at the word agent. Courageous. I wonder if people in choirs actually know this word. Okay, relatedly, next we have choral. Adjective from 1587. 1. Of or relating to a chorus or choir, as in a choral group. Number 2. Sung or designed for singing by a choir, as in a choral arrangement. Chorally is an adverb. This, by the way, is spelled C-H-O-R-A-L, 6 letters, and I say that because the next word is 7 letters, and it has an E at the end, and it is pronounced chorale or chorale. So the emphasis for the first one with no E is choral. The emphasis for the one that has the E is on the second syllable, chorale. This is a noun from 1841. 1. A hymn or psalm sung to a traditional or composed melody in church. Also, a harmonization of a chorale melody, as in a Bach chorale. Number 2, the synonyms are chorus and choir. This is from the Greek word choral or choral with no E. That is short for choral gesang. That means choral song. All right, next we have chorale prelude. This is two words, noun from circa 1924, a composition usually for organ based on a chorale. Next and last word for this episode is chord, C-H-O-R-D. We've got two forms here. The third form will be in the next episode. So the first form is a noun from 1608. 3 or more musical notes sounded simultaneously. Now, but what if it's only 2 notes? Can that be a chord? Is there a different name when you play 2 notes at once? It's not a note, it's not a chord. What would 2 notes be? I kind of figured it would be a chord, but I guess I'm wrong. The etymology says it is from the Middle English chord with no H, and which is short for accord. A-C-C-O-R-D, accord. So why they are playing a chord, they are a coordinate? I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look at the definition for accord to see what that connection is. And then finally, the second form of chord is a verb from the 14th century. First is intransitive. 1, the synonym is accord. 2, to play chords, especially on a stringed instrument. And then transitive, number 1, to make chords on. And number 2, the synonym is harmonize. Okay. So today we had chopper, choppiness, chopping block, choppy, chops, chop shop, chopsocky, chopstick, chop suey, courageous, choral, chorale prelude, and chord. Well, I think the one that I found the most interesting was chopsocky, the genre of motion pictures featuring martial arts violence. I really haven't seen a lot of these movies. I've seen a good handful, but like Bruce Lee movies, I've never seen a Bruce Lee movie. I have been meaning to see at least Enter the Dragon for months, years, something way too long, and I just have not gotten around to it. So I would really, really like to see more of these movies. I've seen a good handful of Jackie Chan movies. That's mostly what I've seen. I've seen a few others here and there, but I need to get up on my chopsockies. Chopsocky, it's a movie. It's a kind of movie where there's lots of martial arts violence. It's a chopsocky. Let's go watch a chopsocky. All right, I think that's it for that. Enough of that nonsense. Let's read the holidays for today, June 22nd. In Croatia, it is Anti-Fascist Resistance Day. In Latvia, it is Heroes Commemoration Day. In Belarus, it is Remembrance Day of Victims of the Great Patriotic War. It's also... No, that's the second time you put that in there. In Colombia, it is Day of the Farmer. And it is Father's Day in... How do you say this? Guernsey? I don't know how to say it. Also Isle of Man and Jersey. Jersey? Where's Jersey? Not New Jersey. Different Jersey. And then in El Salvador, it is Teacher's Day. Those are those. And then what are the fun holidays? We have some good ones. National Kissing Day. So just go kiss everybody. No, please don't do that. You need consent. It's also National HVAC Tech Day. So if you have an HVAC in your place, your building of choice, and you got a technician, send them a card. Say, Happy National HVAC Tech Day. And then finally, it is National Onion Ring Day. So go enjoy some onion rings on this 22nd day of June. All right, we're going to end it there. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. We are at the second quarter of page 219. Yes, we are. This is my favorite part of the book. No, I don't think that is correct. Okay, so the first word is chord, C-H-O-R-D. It is the third form. It's a noun from 1543. Number 1, it is the 3A definition for the word chord with no H. I don't know. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet, so we'll find out later. Number 2, A straight line segment joining and included between 2 points on a circle. Broadly, a straight line joining 2 points on a curve. So if you got a circle, you put 1 point on with some part of it and another point on another part of it, and you draw a line. That line is a chord with an H. 3. An individual emotion or disposition, as in struck a responsive chord. Ooh, I responded to that. That chord got plucked or struck. Number 4, either of the two outside members of a truss connected and braced by the web members. Ooh, the web members. Number 5, the straight line distance joining the leading and trailing edges of an airfoil. Okay, next we have chordal with an AL at the end. Adjective from 1848. 1. Of relating to or suggesting a chord. 2. Relating to music characterized more by harmony than by counterpoint. Ooh, that music, there are so many chords in the music. Not a lot of counterpoints, but more chords and harmonies. All right, here is quite a word. It is chordamesoderm. All right, that one wasn't as crazy as the last one, but that one was kind of fun too. Chordamesoderm. Noun from 1939. The portion of the embryonic mesoderm that forms the notochord, or notochord? It's not a chord. That forms the notochord and related structures and induces the formation of neural structures. Chordamesodermal is an adjective. Yeah, notochord? It is literally spelled Notochord. Anyway, don't go that route, Spencer. Notochord. I don't know how to pronounce that word. All right, next is chordate or chordate. Noun from 1897. Any of a phylum of animals having at least at some stage of development a notochord, there's that word again, dorsally situated central nervous system and gill clefts, and including the invertebrates, including the vertebrates, lancelets, and tunicates. I am aware of vertebrates and invertebrates, but I do not know what lancelets are and tunicates. I'm not going to take a guess, because I would not be correct. By the way, the phylum name is Chordata. Chordata. Okay, and chordate is also an adjective. Next, we have chore. Noun from 1746. 1 is plural. The regular or daily light work of a household or farm. I have some chores. It is a household. It is not a farm. Maybe someday I'll have a farm. But yes, I have a few chores that I do, and you probably do too. No, that's the fun part about becoming an adult. All the chores are yours, especially if you don't have any kids. You have to do everything. So kids, if you're listening, enjoy it while it lasts. But if you have to do chores, it's good practice for later. And maybe you'll actually like some of them. Number 2, a routine task or job. Number 3, a difficult or disagreeable task, as in, doing taxes can be a real chore. The synonym is the word task. Next, we have Korea. It is spelled Chorea. It is not the country, Korea. Noun from 1804. Any of various nervous disorders, as of humans or dogs, marked by spasmodic movements of limbs and facial muscles and by incoordination. And then compare to the synonym Huntington's disease. So that is the overall disorder of spasmodic movement. So I feel like Tourette's would be part of that. Any sort of like facial tics or something would be part of that. I'm sure it says limbs move around. So yeah, people have things where the limbs twitch around a little bit. So that would be chorea. Was there another example that I cannot think of? I feel like there was another one. But yeah, that's super fascinating. I had no idea that was called chorea. I feel like I would have heard of it. Choreic is an adjective. Next, we have choreiform, adjective from circa 1899, resembling or characteristic of chorea, as in choreiform movements. I feel like choreic would be another synonym here. Choreic movements, they're characteristic of chorea. I don't know. I feel like choreic is used more than choreiform. Next, we have choreograph. Now, my first thought is that based on the last two words, this could be something that measures the ticks, the movements, the spasmosity of your body. Is that a word, spasmosity? But let's find out what choreograph means. I mean, I know what it is. This is a verb from 1943, starting with transitive. 1. To compose the choreography of, as in choreograph a ballet. 2. To arrange or direct the movements, progress, or details of, as in a carefully choreographed meeting. And then intransitive just says to engage in choreography. And choreographer is a noun. Here we go with choreography. Noun from circa 1789. There was definitely choreography before 1789. 1. The art of symbolically representing dancing. 2a. The composition and arrangement of dancing, especially for ballet. 2b. A composition created by this art. Choreography is an art, and then it creates a composition. 3. Something resembling choreography, as in a snail-paced choreography of delicate high diplomacy. That's a quote from Wolfgang Saxon. Wolfgang Saxon? Saxoff. Wolfgang Saxon. Choreographic is an adjective. It's French. Choreography. All right, next we have choric or charic, adjective from 1830, of relating to or being in the style of a chorus and especially a Greek chorus, and they are led by a choragus. Next is chorine with an I-N-E at the end, noun from 1922. The synonym is chorus girl. And this, okay, that's all. I thought the etymology was more interesting than it really was, but I didn't read it all the way through. And our last word is coriolantuous. Coriolantuous. I really think that's how it's pronounced, but I don't know if that's how exactly I would say the end. Anyway, it is spelled Choriolantois. Coriolantuous. See, the end looks like French. Coriolantois. Something. Noun from 1933. A vascular fetal membrane composed of the fused chorion and adjacent wall of the allantois, or in this case, I guess it would be allantois, that is in the hen's egg hen's egg is used as a living culture medium for viruses and for tissues. Called also chorioallantoic membrane, and chorioallantoic is an adjective. So I guess that word, allantois, would not be allantois, which is what I would assume. It is allantois, I guess. Okay. Those were all the words. Let's reread them. Chord, chordal, chordamesoderm, chordate, chore, chorea, choreiform, choreograph, choreography, choric, chorine, and coriolantuous. I just like saying that word. Does that mean that I have to pick it as the word of the episode? Sure, why not? That means I have to sing a song. Coriolantuous, Coriolantuous. Is there a walrus? No, it's Coriolantuous. That did not work so well, but that's okay. All right. What are the holidays? Today in Luxembourg, it is Grand Duke's birthday. It is International Widows' Day, so all the widows in the world get a day to celebrate the fact that they lost a loved one, and that is really sad. But I would not have thought that there was an International Widows Day, let alone, well, I wouldn't have thought there was a National Widows Day, let alone an International Widows Day. So that's pretty cool. In the UK, it is National Writing Day. See, now I think that there's probably an International Widowers Day. I guess widow would be a woman who's lost a spouse, and a widower would be a man who lost his spouse. But see, now that we've sort of messed with, it was not going to be a good thing to say. Now that we've sort of we've added genders, we've become more public and aware of different types of genders. Do we need 2 words for widow? Could we just call everybody a widow? Does it matter if it's male, female, whatever? I mean, it's just a term for somebody who lost. I don't know. I just sort of think that the idea of genderized words is kind of weird. I mean, it's always been kind of weird, but now I think it's extra weird. Okay, where were we? It is United Nations Public Service Day. In Estonia, it is Victory Day. In Poland, it is Father's Day. In Switzerland, it is Jura Independence Day. In Latvia, LIGO Day starts. In Estonia and Norway, Midsummer Eve. In Moldova, it is Statehood Day. In Latin America, it is Day of the Public Servant. In Denmark, Estonia, and Norway, it is Sankthansaften. Now, is that related to Midsummer Eve? I don't know, but it seems like it would be. Any other holidays? In Canada, it is National Day of Remembrance for Victims of Terrorism. In the Okinawa Prefecture, it is Okinawa Memorial Day. Estonia Victory Day, I may have said that. And what fun holidays do we have today? June 23rd, National Hydration Day. Yes, go drink your water. I got some water sitting right here. It's National Pink Day. I don't think I have any pink clothes, but if I had one, I would wear it. And then National Typewriter Day. Those are very cool and old, and a lot of people have probably never seen one. All right, that's all I got to say in this episode. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Third section of page 219. Can you believe we got to this section? I can't believe it either. Yeah. That's that. Okay, the first word is carcinoma. No, it is choriocarcinoma. 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 Noun from 1901. A malignant tumor typically developing in the uterus from the trophoblast. And that is not good. So it looks like this prefix chorio is related to the uterus or something like that, because the previous word in the last episode was a vascular fetal membrane. Something about the chorion, that's where word comes from, chorion. That's actually the last word. So maybe we should read that instead of talking about something else. No, it's all the same thing. So, chorion. This is a noun from 1545. The highly vascular outer embryonic membrane of reptiles, birds, and mammals that in placental mammals is associated with the allantois in the formation of the placenta. Okay, so this is from the Greek word that means, or I guess it is the Greek word that means afterbirth. So it has something to do with the placenta, the uterus, the embryo, the fetus, something like that. I don't know. Let's see if the next word gives us any more information. It's highly vascular outer embryonic membrane. All right, it's a membrane. Okay. Next we have chorionic, adjective from 1892, one of relating to or being part of the chorion, as in chorionic villi, villi. 2, secreted or produced by chorionic or related tissue, as in the placenta or a choriocarcinoma. That's a malignant tumor. All right, next is chorionic villus sampling, 3 words, noun from 1983. There is so much of the body that I don't know, and you probably don't know it either. So much stuff out there. Okay, so this one is a biopsy of a villus of the chorion at usually 10 to 12 weeks of gestation to obtain fetal cells for the prenatal diagnosis of chromosomal abnormalities. Biopsy of the stuff to obtain fetal cells, so basically to see if there's any messed up chromosomes. This is abbreviated to CVS. Is that where the store got their name, CVS? Are they named chorionic villus sampling? That would be very odd. It is also called chorionic villi sampling, because that would be the plural. Next, we have chorister or chorister, noun from the 14th century. 1, a singer in a choir. If you sing in a choir, you are chorister. And then specifically, the synonym choir boy. 2, the leader of a church choir. And that could also be a choragus. Okay, next we have chorizo. Chorizo, or you could say chorizo, chorizo. Either one is fine. Noun from 1802. A pork sausage highly seasoned especially with chili powder and garlic. We get some vegan chorizo on occasion, especially the one from Trader Joe's. It is so good. But then we got some chorizo from a restaurant. There's not a vegan restaurant. They just have a couple of vegan things on there, and one of them is vegan chorizo, and we had it as a replacement for something, and it was really not that chorizo-y. It really didn't have a lot of chili powder or garlic. It was more like a vegan sausage, almost like an Italian sausage, but that's not chorizo. So what I'm saying is, if you're making vegan chorizo, make vegan chorizo, or just any chorizo. Don't lie. I don't like it when people lie. Next, we have C, horizon. That's a capital C. Noun from 1935. The soil layer lying beneath the B horizon and consisting essentially of more or less weathered parent rock. Next is chorography. So it's not choreography, it's just chorography. Noun from 1559. 1, the art of describing or mapping a region or district. 2, a description or map of a region. Also, the physical conformation and features of such a region. Sounds kind of interesting. It is from the Greek choros, which means place, plus graphia, which means graphy. You're graphing the place. Choreographer is a noun, and choreographic is an adjective. Let's see. Wait, next we have choroid. Choroid, or it could be chorioid. Choroid or chorioid. Noun from 1683. A vascular membrane containing large branched pigmented cells that lies between the retina and the sclera of the vertebrate eye, called also choroid coat. Is that a T or an L? I think that's a T. Choroid coat. And then it says to see the eye illustration. So I didn't know that I have choroids in my eyeballs. You got choroids in your eyeballs. Choroids in your eyeballs. Choroid or choroidal. Oy, that's a hard word to say for some reason. Those are adjectives. Let's see. It is from the word that was resembling the chorion from the Greek chorioides. That's not helpful. Next we have chorten. Chorten, noun from 1891. A Lamaist shrine or monument. It's a shrine or monument. This is from the Tibetan word, which is spelled M-C-H-O-D, second word R-T-E-N. Machort. I don't know how to say it, and it's going to come out terrible, so apologies. But that literally means offering holder. So you give an offering. This is the thing that holds it. It is a shrine or a monument, and it is called chorten. It is Tibetan, and it is a Lamaist. I don't know what Lamaist is. Maybe it's Lama is a, I don't know. I should look it up. Maybe I'll put a link in the episode description. You could also go look it up if you want to know. Next, we have chortle. Haha, it's a good chortle. Or is it just chortle? 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 There's Yertle the turtle, chortle the portal. Ah, chortle the portal. This is a verb from 1872. It's a verb starting with intransitive. 1, to sing or chant exultantly, as in, he chortled in his joy. That's a quote from Lewis Carroll. He chortled in his joy. I don't know what story or book that would have been from. Lewis Carroll. Oh, he did Alice in Wonderland, I think. Number 2, to laugh or chuckle, especially in satisfaction or exultation. And then transitive says to say or sing with a chortling intonation. Chortle is a noun. Chortler is also a noun. Let's see. It's probably a blend of chuckle and snort. Huh. Interesting. Chuckle and snort. That is something that I would have. But sure, I would have just called it a chort. A chort or a snuckle. Kind of like snuckle. Maybe I should start using snuckle. Haha, I had a good snuckle about that. Okay, here we go with our last word. It's like smack dab in the middle of the page, so I couldn't split it up. I didn't want to split it up, so, it's going over my normal line. You don't know what I'm talking about. This is just for me. It is the word chorus, chorus, first form, noun from 1567. 1a, a company of singers and dancers in Athenian drama participating in or commenting on the action. Also, a similar company in later plays. They are the people who are watching the show and also talking about it. I've never seen a show like this. I mean, I've seen a show with, like, choruses, with people in the chorus, but, you think about, like, Oklahoma, Fiddler on the Roof. There are all the chorus members, the additional people who fill it out, who sing and dance. But originally, it was a group of people who participated or commented on the action. I think it's just such an interesting idea in a show. All right. 1b, a character in Elizabethan drama who speaks the prologue and epilogue and comments on the action. So is that who it was from, this character, chorus? 1c, an organized company of singers who sing in concert, and the synonym is choir, especially a body of singers who sing the choral parts of a work, as in opera. 1d, a group of dancers and singers supporting the featured players in a musical comedy or revue. It's a revue. No, it's a review. 2a, a part of a song or hymn recurring at intervals. 2b, the part of a drama sung or spoken by the chorus. 2c, a composition to be sung by a number of voices in concert. 2d, see, I told you this was long. 2d, the main part of a popular song, also a jazz variation on a melodic theme. 3a, something performed, sung, or uttered simultaneously or unanimously by a number of persons or animals, as in a chorus of boos. That is B-O-O-S, lots of people saying boo, not booze as in the alcohol, a chorus of alcohol, or booze like a ghost says boo, although that would be an interesting chorus of boos. Also as in that eternal chorus of Are We There Yet? From the back seat. That's a quote, which I shall reread from Sheila Moore. That eternal chorus of Are We There Yet? From the back seat. You kids, you are so, what is the word? You just want to be there already. Let's enjoy the journey. 3b, sound so uttered. That's a chorus. Sound so uttered. As in, visitors are taken to the woods by car to hear the mournful choruses of howling wolves. That's a quote from Bob Gaines. In chorus is a phrase, and it means in unison, as in answering in chorus. I have a yawn. All right, so this is a Latin word, and it means ring dance or chorus. Yep. So we had choriocarcinoma, chorion, chorionic villus sampling, chorister, chorizo, sea horizon, chorography, choroid, chortin, chortle, and chorus. Well, I really liked chortle, and I like the etymology. I think a chortin is cool. That's the shrine or monument. But I think I shall pick chorizo as the word of the episode. Chorizo, chorizo. I love the chorizo. We can cook it up and put some veggies with it. I love the chorizo. No, I'm emphasizing the wrong spot. Chorizo. All right, let's read the holidays. Let's do this page first. June 24th, National Handshake Day. Nope, not celebrating that. I am not handshaking anymore. I am done with handshaking. If you're lucky, you'll get a fist bump. Yeah, not if you're. I mean, I'll fist bump most people. I don't know. Can we come up with something else? I feel like there's so much connotation. There's something around a fist bump that denotes or connotes something. So maybe we need something new. I don't know. A fist bump just feels a bit bro to me, which I'm fine with. I don't mind fist bumping people, but maybe not bro, not necessarily. But I don't know. I just think it's. Can you see like two old grandpas fist bumping in like 50 years? Yeah, we probably will. That'll be interesting. Yeah, so National Handshake Day. Nope, not handshaking to anybody. It is also St. John the Baptist. It is Midsummer Day in Denmark, Estonia, UK, and Norway. In Canada, it is Quebec's National Day. In Bolivia, Lithuania, and Peru, it is St. John's Day. And then in Peru, it just says St. John. In Peru, it is also Sun Festival. In Venezuela, it is Carabobo Battle. And then Peru is National Indigenous Day. Yes. All places in the world have indigenous people, or most of them, and they don't get respected enough. Let's look at this page. What does it say? Bannockburn Day in Scotland. Day of the Caboclo in Brazil. It is Discovery Day in Newfoundland and Labrador. It is Inti Rayma. It's a winter solstice festival and a new year in the Andes of the Southern Hemisphere. Inti Raymi. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then what are the fun holidays? We have some. It's Bourdain Day. That celebrates Anthony Bourdain. That was a big tragedy when we lost him. I honestly didn't really follow his stuff. I didn't know a whole lot about him, but I know that a lot of people did. And then after he died, I learned a lot more about him, and he really was a fascinating guy. So Bourdain Day is June 25th. It is Global Beatles Day. It is International Day of the Seafarer. And then National Take Your Dog to Work Day. No. Oh, darn it. I screwed this up. Those are all for tomorrow. Today is June 24th. It is Midsummer. It is National Pralines Day. It is National Work From Home Day. Oh, hey, look at that. I don't know if I'll still be working from home come June 24th, because I may be in the office by then. But, yeah, it's been a whole year plus of working from home for many of us. And then it is Saint Jean-Baptiste Day. All right, we're going to end this episode there. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Today is June 25th. We are at the end of page 219. If you could rate and review this, you know I really, really want your review. I love them so much. Please give me all the reviews. The 5-star reviews. Subscribe. Soon you won't necessarily have access to all the episodes if you don't subscribe, so go subscribe. What are you waiting for? If you want to send me a message, you can do that on social media. I am at dictionarypod on Twitter and Instagram, and I think Facebook. But you don't have to do Facebook. If you want to contact me there, you can do that. You can send me an email at dictionarypod@gmail.com. There is a Google Voice number in the show notes on whatever platform you're listening to this on. You can leave me a voicemail, and maybe I'll play it in an episode. And I have said that whole statement so many times. All right, the end of page 219, the first word is chorus, second form, chorus. Verb, transitive verb, specifically from 1826. Did I say that? I don't remember. To sing or utter in chorus. Next is chorus boy, noun from 1943, a young man who sings or dances in the chorus of a theatrical production as a musical or revue. If you heard yesterday's episode, you get that joke. No, it's a review. Okay, next we have chorus girl. Hey, when do you think chorus girl became a word? Chorus boy was 1943. Chorus girl, earlier, later. Lock in your votes now. All right, it's a noun from 1894. 49 years earlier. Okay, this is a young woman who sings or dances in the chorus of a theatrical production as a musical or revue. Next is chose, first form. It is the past of the word choose. I choose you, I chose you. Second form of chose, this would be shows, not chose, shows. Noun from 1670, a piece of personal property, and the synonym is thing. This is French from Latin causa, which means cause or reason. So it's the shows. It's a piece of personal property. Next is chosen, first form, noun from the 13th century, one who is the object of choice or of divine law. No, divine favor. I just assumed it was going to say law, so I said that. And then also an elect person. An elect person. They are chosen. Second form of chosen, adjective from the 14th century. 1. The synonym is elect. 2. Selected or marked for favor or special privilege, as in a chosen few. We were part of a chosen few. Last night we watched a screener for it's out public now, so you can watch it. It is a tribute fan film, unofficial sequel, short film, to the classic horror film from the 70s, Black Christmas. We watched it last night because we were a chosen few to watch it a few days before it went public, and it's called It's Me, Billy, and it's really good. If you're a fan of the original. I love being the chosen few or in the chosen few because I'm usually not. Next is Joe. It's like the name Joe, but it is spelled C-H-O-U with a capital C. Noun from 1771, a Chinese dynasty traditionally dated 1122 to about 256 BC and marked by the development of the philosophical schools of Confucius, Mencius, Lao Tzu, and Mo Ti. I don't know if I said Mencius right. It could be Mencius, Confucius, Mencius. Yeah, probably that. So that's a lot of stuff. That's a long time, and that's a lot of philosophical schools. How many years is that? That's almost 1,000 years. It's like 900 years. Wow. Okay, next we have choucroute. Choucroute. C-H-O-U-C-R-O-U-T-E. Noun from 1849. Number 1, the synonym is sauerkraut. I have a friend whose last name is Sauer, spelled the same way that it is here, S-A-U-E-R, and I also have a friend whose last name is Kraut, spelled the same way that it is here. And so years ago I had the idea, they don't know each other, but I had the idea, if they got married, they could combine their names and be sauerkraut. All right, number 2, sauerkraut cooked and served with meat, called also choucroute garnie. Choucroute garnie. This seems French. Yes, it is. It is modified of the German sauerkraut. So I guess it's just the French word for sauerkraut is choucroute. Next we have, now I'm not sure, do you pronounce this chef? Is it chef? It is spelled Chough. So who can't get the words out of the mouth? I would have no idea how to pronounce this word if I just looked at it. Would it be cho, choff, co, cough? There are probably more options. Cow? Cow? I don't know. Anyway, it says it's pronounced chef. Noun from the 13th century. Either of two old world birds that are related to the crows and have red legs and glossy blue-black plumage. And the scientific names are Pyrrhocorax. I think that is the same word twice. Yes, it is, Pyrrhocorax. And then also Pyrrhocorax graculus. Interesting. So, I don't know. If I find pictures of this chef, I will tell you about it. It just says it's a Middle English word, so as we know, Middle English is weird. Next we have chouse, Chouse, verb, just a transitive verb from circa 1659. The synonyms are cheat and trick. It's a chouse. It's perhaps from the Turkish word kavus, which means doorkeeper or messenger, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Second form of chouse is a verb, also just transitive. They're both transitive verbs. This is from 1904. It is Western, and it means to drive or herd roughly. You're chousing it. Next is chow, Chow, first form, noun from 1856. Synonyms are food and victuals, Victuals, victuals. And it's probably it is short for chow chow. Second form of chow is an intransitive verb from 1917. The synonym is eat, and that is often used with the word down, as in chowing down on pizza. I am really tempted to get some pizza tonight just because of that. Do I? Do I not? What do I do? Maybe I shall flip a coin. All right, now the third form of chow is a noun from 1889, and the synonym is chow chow with two words, not one word chow chow, two words chow chow. The other chow, that first form of chow, which is short for chow chow, that's the chow chow one word, not the chow chow two words, the chow chow one word. So we're going to do both of those now, actually. So chow chow one word chow chow, is a noun from 1850. 1. A Chinese preserve of ginger, fruits, and peels in heavy syrup. Ooh, heavy syrup. Okay, that was that. And then number 2, a relish of chopped mixed pickles in mustard sauce. Those couldn't be more different. Preserved ginger, fruits, and peels in heavy syrup, or pickles in mustard. Very different. This is a Chinese pidgin and English word chow chow, which means food. And now here we have the chow chow two words. Noun from 1886. Any of a breed of heavy-coated, sturdy, muscular dogs of Chinese origin having a broad head and muzzle, a distinctive blue-black tongue, and black-lined mouth, and either a long, dense coat with a full ruff, or a short, smooth coat, called also just chow. So maybe I should post a picture of that. This is basically, again, from that word chow, the chow chow word, but also possibly from the word chow chow with a hyphen, which means Chinese person, but it doesn't even say what language that's from. I don't know. All right, next we have chowder, Chowder. This is the last word, two forms. The first form, transitive verb from 1732, to make chowder of. Second form, noun from 1751, a soup or stew of seafood, as clams or fish, usually made with milk or tomatoes, salt pork, onions, and other vegetables, as potatoes. Also, a soup resembling chowder, as in corn chowder. Corn chowder, corn chowder, Go have yourself some corn chowder. Uh, I used to really like clam chowder. Actually, there was a time where I had gotten like I don't know Campbell's canned clam chowder, and I would cook it up in the pot all by myself. It was like one of the first things I think I actually learned how to cook. It was just heating up soup. It's not that hard. Yeah, I just have good memories of clam chowder. Yeah, and there's a whole debate about, is it like the white chowder or is it the red chowder? People have their preference. I don't think I've ever had a red chowder now that I think about it. So this is from French, chaudière, which means kettle, or the contents of a kettle. From the Latin caldaria, and there's more at the word cauldron. So a chowder is named for the thing that it was made in. So today we had chorus, chorus boy, chorus girl, chose, chosen, Joe, choucroute, chef, chows, chow, 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 chowder, and chowder. What am I gonna pick? Let's see. Just looking through some of these. Ooh, maybe I should pick chouse as the word of the episode. Chouse. It is the cheap or trick. No, the cheat with a T or trick. A cheat or a trick. Not that I like necessarily cheats and tricks, but sometimes they can be fun. Just don't be mean. Yeah, chouse. You played a chouse on me. I don't know what that was exactly. Now that was you dropped a bomb on me. No, what's the song with the? Well, it's very similar to Cheap Trick. I can't think of any of their songs, but Trick, chouse or treat. No, all right. Let's skip that whole hullabaloo and let's talk about the holidays. If you heard yesterday's episode, you heard me screw something up, so I'm gonna fix it today. It is again Day of the Seafarer. Oh, that was that thing. Yeah. It's Day of the Seafarer. It's Take Your Dog to Work Day. So if you don't already get to do that, then take your dog to work today. If you don't have a dog, go get a dog. In Finland and Sweden, it is Midsummer Eve. In Croatia and Slovenia, it is Statehood Day. It's Independence Day in Mozambique. It is National Catfish Day in the U.S. It is Statehood Day in Slovenia and Virginia. So what a coincidence that they both have Statehood Day today. In Guatemala, it is Teacher's Day. In the Philippines, it is Arbor Day. It is World Vitiligo Day. So be aware, give some respect to people who have vitiligo. This is the reading the thing, the loss of color in the skin, creating a variety of patterns on the skin from loss of pigment. It, I don't think really there's anything other than that. It's just a difference in pigmentation. So, people can be mean and stupid and dumb and ignorant and think that you're sick, you're contagious. No, their skin is exactly the same. It just has different colors. That's all it is. It's actually way more interesting than your skin. All right, so the fun holidays, I accidentally read these for yesterday. I was wrong. Today is Bourdain Day. Bourdain Day. It's Global Beatles Day. It is International Day of the Seafarers, and as I said, National Take Your Dog to Work Day. I work in an office that is very dog friendly. So when we were all actually in an office, there would be some days that would have like 5 or 10 dogs, and it was insane. It was bonkers, and it was pretty awesome. If I had a dog, I would bring it to work, but I don't. All right, we're going to end this episode there. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. We've hit page 220. This morning, I got up early because I wanted to go see the sunrise. I have the day off of work, and I thought, let's go see the sunrise. Haven't done that in a while. I can get some time lapses on my phone, which I did. I'll maybe post a video on social media when this episode airs. Yeah, it's, so here is my tip about, going to see the sunrise. You look at the time that it is scheduled to rise. In today's case, I think it was 5:19 a.m. If you want to go see the sunrise, if you want to see it in all its glory and all the best stuff, if it's going to be a good one, because you never really know, go at least 30 minutes to an hour before the actual sunrise. So I got there at about 4:30, and it was already starting to turn orange. The sky was already orange way down at the bottom there, and then it just got better and better and better. And the peak was probably a good 15 minutes before the actual sunrise. And of course, when the sun actually rises, that's pretty spectacular. But you got to go early. And then same with the sunset. It starts getting good before, but then there's still some good stuff afterwards too. That is my trick of the day. All right, let's talk about the words. The first word is chowderhead. Chowder and head, one word. Noun from 1833. The synonyms are dolt and blockhead. Don't be such a chowderhead. Chowderheaded is an adjective. This is an alternative of the dialect jolterhead with a J, and that just means blockhead. Next is chowhound, noun from 1917. One fond of eating. Oh, they're a hound of chowing. They love to chow. I'm a chow hound. I try to keep it relatively healthy and not too much, but I do love the food. Next is chow line, two words, noun from 1917. That's the same year, chow hound and chow line. A line of people waiting to be served food. Maybe it is a line of chow hounds. It's a chow hound chow line. Next is chow mein, two words. Mein is spelled M-E-I-N, noun from 1898. A seasoned stew of shredded or diced meat, mushrooms, and vegetables that is usually served with fried noodles. I shall call them fruitles. This is a Chinese word from Guangdong. It is chow mein, CHAAUMIHN. Obviously, it is not showing the Chinese characters, which I wouldn't be able to read anyway. That's just fried noodles. So chow mein is fried noodles. Next, we have chrestomathy. 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 Noun from 1832. 1. A selection of passages used to help learn a language. What would that be? A selection of passages. So, well, the first thing I could think of, which probably isn't exactly this, but there's that phrase, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. I don't know if that would be a chrestomathy, but maybe. Number 2, a volume of selected passages or stories of an author. This is from the Greek Christos, which means useful, plus manthenine, which means to learn. And there's more at the word mathematical. Interesting. So it's useful to learn things. Chrestomathy. Next we have chrism. Yeah, chrism. It's like prism with a k. Noun from before the 12th century. Consecrated oil used in Greek and Latin churches, especially in baptism, chrismation, confirmation, and ordination. And this is from the Greek chrisma, something like that, which means ointment, from krayin, which means to anoint, and it's church stuff, so I don't know nothing about that. Chrism. Next we have chrismation. Is this related? Probably, yes, because this chrismation is actually in the definition of chrism. This one is a noun from 1642, a confirmatory sacrament of the Eastern Orthodox Church in which a baptized member is anointed with chrism. Yeah. All right. Next is chrismon. Chrismon, M-O-N, noun from 1872, and the synonym is just chiro, or chiro, C-H-I-R-H-O. I remember that being... Oh, did I turn to the right page for that? Almost. It's something related to Christ and religion and stuff like that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Why am I going back to find this for you? It is a Christian monogram and symbol formed by the first two letters X and P of the Greek word for Christ. So that's that. So chrismon. Next is charism. So this is pronounced the same way as the other chrism, but it is spelled chrisom. We added an O. Noun from the 13th century. A white cloth or robe put on a person at baptism as a symbol of innocence. We got into the Christ religious section even earlier than I thought we were going to. Next is chrism child. 2 words. Noun from 1593. A child that dies in its first month. Well, that's sad. I had no idea that there was a phrase for that. It doesn't say, but I assume that it would be, because they usually do baptism. When do they do baptisms? I don't know. I'm guessing maybe it's after that first month. So there's something related there with baptisms and yeah. Okay, here we go with Christ, and we are going to have Christ-related words through next episode and the one after that. Okay, Christ with a capital C, noun from before the 12th century. Number 1, the synonym is Messiah. 2, the synonym is Jesus. Or there's, I feel like the J, it was a bit like Yeez, I don't remember. There's a different pronunciation of that that's more authentic. 3, an ideal type of humanity. 4, this definition comes from Christian Science. The ideal truth that comes as a divine manifestation of God to destroy incarnate error. Christ-like is an adjective, and Christly is also an adjective. Anything. This is from the Greek Christos, which literally means anointed. Next we have christen. This is a verb from before the 12th century, starting with transitive, and I think it is only transitive. 1a, we just have the number 1 definition for the word baptize as a synonym. 1b, to name at baptism. 2, to name or dedicate as a ship by a ceremony suggestive of baptism. 3, just the number 1 definition for the word name. 4, to use for the first time. We have christened this refrigerator. We have used it for the first time. Next is Christendom. Christendom with a capital C. It doesn't say it's Christendom, because there's the EN in there. Noun from before the 12th century. Number 1, the number 1 definition for the word Christianity. 2, the part of the world in which Christianity prevails. Next is christening, noun from the 14th century, the ceremony of baptizing and naming a child. Next and last word for this episode is Christian with a capital C. There are 2 forms. The first form is a noun from 1526. 1a, one who professes belief in the teachings of Jesus Christ. 1b1, it's the number 2 definition for the word disciple. 1b2. Now, I don't know what I said before. The disciple 2 is 1b1. Now we're on 1b2. A member of one of the churches of Christ separating from the disciples of Christ in 1906. 1b3. A member of the Christian denomination having part in the union of the United Church of Christ concluded in 1961. 2. The hero in Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. So there's a book or a story called Pilgrim's Progress, and the hero is named Christian. Second form of Christian is an adjective from 1547. 1a, of or relating to Christianity, as in Christian scriptures. You got to emphasize those words, otherwise it can be hard to say. Christian scriptures. 1b, based on or conforming with Christianity, as in Christian ethics. 2a, of relating to or being a Christian, as in Christian responsibilities. 2b, professing Christianity, as in a Christian affirmation, also as in a Christian country. 3, commendably decent or generous, as in has a very Christian concern for others. That's not always true. Christianly is an adjective or adverb. So, we had today chowderhead, chowhound, chowline, chowmain, Christomathy, charism, charismation, charismon, charism, charism child, Christ, christen, christendom. It's hard to remember how to say these. Christening and Christian. I think I want to pick one of the earlier ones. I think I will pick chowhound as the word of the episode. We all love to eat. I mean, there's a few people who are like not into food, and that's fine. But, they still need food to survive. So we are all some sort of chowhound. Chowhound. What is that Elvis song? I mean, it wasn't, you ain't nothing but a chowhound, crying eating all the time. There you go. You ain't nothing but a chowhound, eating all the time. All right, let's talk about the holidays. June 26th, it is International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. It's also United Nations International Day in support of victims of torture. Wow, we really hit hard right away, didn't we? In Finland and Sweden, it is Midsummer Day. It is Anti-Drugs Day in India. In Finland, it is Day of the Finnish Flag. In Romania, it is Flag Day. In the Netherlands, it is Princess Alexia's birthday. In the Netherlands again, it is Veterans Day. Day of the Armed Forces of Azerbaijan. That's probably in Azerbaijan. Madagascar is celebrating their Independence Day. Also, British Somaliland is also celebrating their Independence Day the same year. British Somaliland is from the British in 1960, and Madagascar was from France in 1960. Big day for both areas. What else? In Hamelin, Germany, it is Ratcatcher's Day. In Thailand, it is Sunthorn Poo Day. Or is it Fu? Sunthorn Fu Day? I don't know. Internationally, it is World Refrigeration Day. I don't know what that means. Refrigerate your stuff if you can. It is ARRL Field Day. I don't know what that is. This is our fun holiday section. It is also Midsummer Day, and most importantly, it is National Chocolate Pudding Day. So maybe I'll make some chocolate pudding. Nah, I probably won't. But if I find some, I'll eat some. All right, that is the end of this episode. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. The dictionary. The dictionary. It's the podcast where the stuff is read from the pages of this book and make stupid comments. If you want to write a little theme song, you can do it. 5 or 10 seconds. That's all I need. Okay, the first word is Christian brother. 2 words. First letters are capitalized. Noun from 1883. A member of the Roman Catholic Institute of Brothers of the Christian Schools founded by Saint John Baptiste de la Salle in France in 1684 and dedicated to education. Education is good. We need more education. I'm getting educated from this book, and I hope you are too, and we need better education for the kids. Next is Christian era. 2 words. The C is capitalized. In fact, I'm looking at the rest of the words in this episode. There is only one word in this whole episode that does not have a capital C. All of them, except for the one, start with a capital C. Okay, so Christian era. Did I say noun? No, I didn't. Noun from 1657. The period dating from the birth of Christ. And that is why we are now in the year 2021, which means basically absolutely nothing. And all of our calendar time stuff is based on the birth of this supposedly real but possibly not real person for why. We should be saying, oh, we're in the year whatever 13.8 billion. I don't remember how old the Earth is, but that's what year we should be in. Okay, next is Christiania. It's like, well, the first thing I could think of was Castlevania. Christiania. Christian. So many ways to say it. Noun. From 1905. We just have the synonym Christie. It's like the name Christie with an IE. But it is from Christiania, which is the former name of Oslo, Norway. So Oslo, Norway used to be called Christiania, and it's related to the name Christie. Maybe they just called it Christie, but we might be getting to that shortly. Right, next we have Christianity. There is somebody doing some yard work outside, so you're welcome. Noun from the 14th century, Christianity. Number 1, the religion derived from Jesus Christ, based on the Bible as sacred scripture and professed by Eastern, Roman Catholic, and Protestant bodies. Isn't it fascinating that this is the religion derived from Jesus Christ, yet supposedly he was Jewish? How did that happen? I don't know. I never studied religion. I do find it interesting, though. Number 2, conformity to the Christian religion. 3, the practice of Christianity. Next is Christianize. Christianize. This is a verb from 1593, just transitive, to make Christian. I'm going to Christianize you. No, I'm not. Don't worry about that. Christianization is a noun. Next we have Christian name, 2 words. Noun from 1549. The synonym is given name. What is your given name? I don't think somebody from another religion would appreciate you saying, what is your Christian name? I don't think they would. Okay, next is Christian Science, 2 words. The S is also capitalized. Noun from circa 1867. A religion founded by Mary Baker Eddy in 1866 that was organized under the official name of the Church of Christ, Scientist, Scientist, that derives its teachings from the scriptures as understood by its adherents, and that includes a practice of spiritual healing. And Christian Scientist is a noun. Yeah. Okay. I don't know a whole lot about this. I think it's interesting that science is in there, but it's the spiritual healing. I've heard that maybe they don't go to doctors. I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard. And medical doctors are all about science. So there's a disconnect there that I don't quite get. Okay, next this is the word that has no capital C. It is Christie, Christie or Ty. So this is the one that I'm guessing is related to Christiania. This is a noun from 1925. A skiing turn, like skiing, I'm going skiing down a hill or a mountain. A skiing turn used for altering the direction of hill descent or for stopping and executed, usually at high speed, by shifting the body weight forward and skidding into a turn with parallel skis. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's related to Christiania, but it does say it is by shortening and alternating or an alternative from the word Christiania. So I'm guessing that there is skiing in Oslo, Norway, which used to be called Christiania, and they did this skiing turn and they called it a Christie. I don't know. I'm just guessing. All right, next is Christmas. Oh, Christmas time is here. No, we're in June. June, I think this would be, we're almost exactly at the 6 months away from Christmas. So that's that. Noun from before the 12th century. 1. A Christian feast on December 25th, or among some Eastern Orthodox Christians on January 7th, that commemorates the birth of Christ and is usually observed as a legal holiday. I mean, this is like basically the biggest legal holiday in America and other places too. Let's see. I have heard that supposedly Jesus Christ's birthday was not on December 25th. It might actually have been in June, and we're in June right now. So I don't know. That's a thing. Christmas number 2. We have the synonym Christmas tide, Tide. That is all one word. Christmas tide. Is that gonna be? Yep, that's gonna be later in this episode. Christmassy, spelled with 2 S's or 1 S at the end, is an adjective. Oh, it is so Christmassy. The Christmassy stuff comes out earlier and earlier every year, and, I don't know. We don't need that. Okay, moving on to Christmas cactus. Noun from circa 1900. A branching Brazilian cactus having flat jointed stems with scalloped margins and showy, usually red, pink, white, violet, or yellow flowers, also a related cactus, or a hybrid of this and the Christmas cactus. So, it is from its annual blooming around Christmas time. That is why, those red, pink, white, violet, or yellow flowers bloom around Christmas, so that's why it's a Christmas cactus. There are some scientific names I have to read. So this Brazilian cactus is Schlumbergera bridgesii, or Schlumbergera bucklei. I don't know how to say those words. And then the related cactus, there's a couple of those, Schlumbergera truncata, or Zygocactus truncatus. That is the Christmas cactus. Next is Christmas card, 2 words, noun from 1883, a greeting card sent at Christmas. I'm going to start sending my Christmas cards in June. I don't send any Christmas cards. Next is Christmas club, 2 words, noun from circa 1925, a savings account in which regular deposits are made year-round to provide money for Christmas shopping. Christmas club. Next is Christmas fern, 2 words, noun from 1878, a North American evergreen fern, and the scientific name is Polystichum acrostichoides. I don't know if the CH is a K or a Ch. Polystichum acrostichoides. I don't think I said that correctly. Next is Christmas pudding, 2 words, noun from 1797. We have the synonym plum pudding. There's an old book, like a kid's book, something about plum pudding, and I don't remember what it is. I don't know if I've ever had plum pudding. Maybe I should have some plum pudding. Next we have Christmas rose, 2 words, noun from 1688, a European evergreen herb of the buttercup family that has usually white flowers produced in winter. And the scientific name is Helleborus niger, something like that. That means black, I think. But it's a rose. Aren't roses? This has white flowers. That doesn't make any sense. Next is Christmas tide, 1 word, noun from 1626. This was the synonym that we saw for the word Christmas. So, this is the festival season from Christmas Eve till after New Year's Day, or especially in England, till Epiphany. I don't remember when Epiphany is. I just remembered. No, I didn't. See, that was my epiphany, but it was fake. All right, next we have Christmas time. It's all one word. It's all the Christmas time. Noun from 1607, the Christmas season. There are some people who live in Christmas time year-round. I do not. And then lastly, we have Christmas tree, 2 words, noun from 1835. 1, a usually evergreen tree decorated at Christmas. 2, an oil well control device consisting of an assembly of fittings placed at the top of the well. They call that a Christmas tree. I grew up both Christian and Jewish, so we always had a Christmas tree, and we actually put we put the Star of David at the top of the Christmas tree. So we combined everything. It was great. And as I'm an adult now that I'm an adult, I don't do the Christmas tree thing anymore. I still celebrate with the family. So, what were the words? We had Christian brother, Christian era, Christiania, Christianity, Christianize, Christian name, Christian science, Christy, Christmas, Christmas cactus, Christmas card, Christmas club, Christmas fern, Christmas pudding, Christmas rose, Christmas tide, Christmas time, Christmas tree. Bet you didn't know there were so many Christmas words. Those are all of them. There's no more Christmas words. What am I going to pick? I think I'll pick Christy as the word of the episode. That's because it's different, and it is a skiing turn. What does it do? Skiing turn used for alternating the direction of the hill descent or for stopping and executed, usually at high speed. So it's really just, if you want to just turn or stop as you're going, you just quickly twist and you stop, and that's a Christy. Christy. Skiing. I'm skiing so fast. I'm not doing the V. My skis are parallel, and I'm skiing so fast, but I gotta stop, so I'm gonna do a Christy. I actually did that. I didn't do the Christy, but one of the earliest times I went skiing, I forgot to do the V, and so I just flew straight shot. I just went so fast. I was afraid I was going to smack into somebody. It was very scary, but kind of fun, and I eventually stopped. I went way past where I was supposed to be going. I also have... maybe I can talk about that when I actually get to the word skiing. All right, so the holidays for today, it is the BET television... No, that's redundant. It's the BET Awards, and that stands for Black Entertainment Television Awards. It's National Ice Cream Cake Day? Yeah. It is Micro, Small, and Medium-Sized Enterprises Day. It's National Sunglasses Day. It's National Journalist Day in Venezuela. In Colombia, it is National Coffee Day. A lot of coffee comes from Colombia, I think. It is Canadian Multiculturalism Day in Canada. In the Czech Republic, it is Commemoration Day for the victims of the communist regime. In Turkmenistan, it is Day of Turkmen Workers of Culture and Art and Poetry of Magtigmugli Piragi. In the United States, it's Helen Keller Day. This must have been her birthday. Independence Day in Djibouti from France in 1977. In Brazil, it is Mixed Race Day. I think we need that everywhere. In the U.S., it is National HIV Testing Day. Also in the U.S., it is National PTSD Awareness Day. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. I have heard that some people want to get rid of the word disorder on there. That's sort of a debatable thing, but that's a thing. In Germany, it is Seven Sleepers Day. In Tajikistan, I don't know how to say that. Tajikistan. It's Unity Day. And what are the fun holidays? We already read a few of them, and then the last one is National Bingo Day. Go play some bingo. All right, that's the end of this episode. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Did I just say that twice? I don't really know. I think my brain is going. Yeah. Bye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Let's just get into the words. The first word is Christocentric. Capital CHRISTOCENTRIC. Adjective from 1873. Centering theologically on Christ. It is centering on Christ. It is Christocentric. Next is Christogram, or you could say Christogram if you want. This is a noun from 1900, a graphic symbol of Christ. Especially, we have again the synonym Cairo. Chiro? I think it's Cairo. Next is Christology, or Christology, noun from 1673, theological interpretation of the person and work of Christ. Christological is an adjective. Next we have Christophene. The end is spelled either Phene or phine. Noun from 1887. And the synonym is, is it chayote? Chayote. We must have read that before. Chayote. Next is Christ's thorn. 2 words with a hyphen. Could also just be Christ thorn with no apostrophe S. Noun from 1562. Any of several prickly or thorny shrubs. As the shrub. Okay, so that was the end of the sentence. As the shrub, the scientific name Paliurus spinacristi, or the jujube Ziziphus spinacristi. So in both cases, spinacristi is 2 words with a hyphen, and that's that. What's the jujube? I didn't know that those were a real thing. It's spelled Jujube, a jujube. So yeah, it's a thorny thing, and I know that they put a thorny thing on his head, and so maybe this was that thing. But before they put it on his head, did it have a different name? These are the questions that I have. Next is a prefix, chrome, chrom, or you can add an O at the end. Number 1, chromium, as in chromize. 2A, color or colored, as in chromolithograph. I thought there was a Y at the end, so I would have said chromolithography. Isn't it funny? You just put a 1 letter at the end, and the way you say the word completely changes. Chromolithograph, chromolithography. Okay, 2B, pigment, as in chromogen. This is from the Greek chroma, which means color. And that is our next word, chroma, noun from circa 1889. Number 1 is the 4A definition for the word saturation. 2, a quality of color combining hue and saturation. Next is chromafin, with 2 F's. Adjective from 1903, staining deeply with chromium salts, as in chromafin cells of the adrenal medulla. This is from chrome plus the Latin affinis, which means bordering on or related, and there's more at the word affinity. So if you have that suffix affin or something related to that, it's related to that thing. Anyway, next is chroma key, 2 words with a hyphen. Noun from 1794. Nope, I mixed up my numbers. 1974. Can you imagine if there was chroma keying in the 1700s? This is a photographic compositing technique based on the separation of colors in the original images, and especially the synonym blue screen, although green screen is way more common. Chroma key, I deal with this every once in a while with work. We shoot a lot of stuff on green screen, and then you can just replace the background with whatever you want. You can get fabric green screen, you can paint, there's colors, paints that you can paint a wall green screen. Lots of different things. And now with Zoom, I have a green screen. You can put that on there. You can get little pop-up green screens. You can paint a little section of your wall green if you want to, if you're that serious. It's really, really, really common. But so the technical term of that process is chroma key. I won't go into where the word key comes from, but you're getting rid of a color. That's what it is. All right, now we have another prefix. It is chromat or chromato. Number 1, color. That's what it means, as in chromatid. And then number 2, it means chromatin, as in the example chromatolysis. Next is chromate. Chromate, noun from 1815, a salt of chromic acid. Sometimes you get some Himalayan salt, you get some sea salt, but I would like some chromic acid salt, please. Next is chromatic. First form, noun from 1708. And we have the number 2 definition for the word accidental. I wonder if that's related to music. I think so. Next we have the second form of chromatic, adjective from 1630. 1A, of or relating to color or color phenomena or sensations. 1b, highly colored. 2, of or relating to chroma. And I'm guessing that just is the color one. 3a, of relating to or giving all the tones of the chromatic scale. And that is music. 3b, characterized by frequent use of accidentals. That's also music. Chromatically is an adverb. Chromaticism is a noun. And I don't remember, or I don't know if they've even said, like, what is the relation to this word chromatic with that chrome prefix or something that is, how is that related to music? The chromatic scale is the C through the next C, but with all of the keys, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, etc., all the 12 notes, or is it 11 notes and then the 12th is the repeat? Anyway, how is that word in there? Why do they use the word chromatic or the prefix chroma? But then it's also color. Chroma is color. Is there a relationship between the notes of the piano or something, and color? Am I spending too much time thinking about this? Now I want to see some connection between color phenomena and sensations and the chromatic scale. All right, moving on to chromatic aberration, noun from 1831. Aberration caused by the differences in refraction of the colored rays of the spectrum. Yes, photography, videography, you have to deal with that. Depending on your lens, you can get some chromatic aberration. Next is chromaticity, noun from 1922. The quality of color characterized by its dominant or complementary wavelength and purity taken together. Next is chromatics, noun from circa 1790. The branch of colorimetry that deals with hue and saturation. Next is chromatic scale. This is music, noun from circa 1789, a musical scale consisting entirely of half steps. So yes, you go from C to C sharp, that's a half step. You go from C sharp to D, that's a half step. Yeah. Next is chromatid. Did we see this one somewhere else? I don't remember. Chromatid, noun from 1900. One of the usually paired and parallel strands of a duplicated chromosome joined by a single centromere. And our last word is chromatin. chromatin. Chromatin, noun from 1882. A complex of nucleic acid and basic proteins, as histone, in eukaryotic cells that is usually dispersed in the interphase nucleus and condensed into chromosomes in mitosis and meiosis. And then it says to see the cell illustration. Compare to the synonyms or the other words euchromatin, spelled with an EU at the beginning, euchromatin, and heterochromatin. I don't know what those are. Chromatinic is an adjective. So the words today were Christocentric, Christogram, Christology, Christophene, Christ's thorn, chroma, chroma, chromafin, chromachy, chromat, chromate, chromatic, chromatic aberration, chromaticity, chromatics, chromatic scale, chromatid, and chromatin. I have to pick a word of the episode. I would probably want to pick chroma key as the word of the episode because I deal with that. But at least for song purposes, I'm going to pick chromatic scale as the word of the episode because my song, maybe I can try to sing the chromatic scale. It's just 11 or 12 notes. But do I have to say words to it, or can I just go do 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 do? I think I got all the notes in there correctly. Correctly enough. That's all we're going for in life. Correctly enough. All right, today is June 28th. We have the NBA awards. What do they do with the NBA awards? It's the NBA awards in the United Kingdom and India as well. It's Constitution Day in Ukraine. It is St. Vitus Day or Vitus Day in Serbia. In Brazil, it is LGBTI Pride Day. So that's good. Oh yeah, we must. I think all over the country in the U.S., different cities are having their Pride Day parades, Pride Day events throughout this month of June. And I think Chicago, where I am, is probably. Let's see. I don't know. It probably happened a day or two ago. That's my guess. Okay, it is in Vietnam. It is Family Day. In Poland, it is Poznan Remembrance Day. It's It's Tau Day, Tau. This is similar to Pi Day. It celebrates the day Tau, which is equivalent to pi times 2. So that would be about 6.28, give or take. And, today is 6/28, June 28th. There you go. It's Tau Day. And then our fun holidays, got to scroll down to the bottom of this list. June 28th, it is National Insurance Awareness Day. It is Tau Day. By the way, Tau, the symbol, it might be double pi, but the symbol is half of pi. Pi has the line across and then it has the two like vertical pieces. Tau only has one vertical piece. It looks like a T. It actually looks like a backwards JT. But anyway, it looks like a T. So it's half of pi, but numerically it's twice pi. And then finally, it is National Tapioca Day. So you can have some tapioca while you read the numbers in Tau. Yep, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.